Okay, today we are going to see about the orbital elements. So orbital elements are nothing but which plays a major role to predict the what is the current position of the satellite with respect to orbits. So these elements is going to define the current position of the satellite. So based upon the elements value, we can able to predict and correct and able to follow the current position of the satellites. So with respect to orbital elements, we have 6 elements are available. In the 6 elements, you have 2 plus 2 plus 2. That means out of the 6 elements, we can segregate into first 2 elements, next 2 elements, and then next 2 elements. So out of the 6 elements, the first 2 elements defines the shape of the orbit. The next 2 elements defines position of the plane of the orbits. The last 2 elements defines the rotation of the elliptical orbit in its plane. So the first 2 elements defines shape of the orbit. So what are those elements? That is nothing but semi-major axis and eccentricity. The first 2 elements which defines the shape of the orbit is nothing but semi-major axis, and second one is eccentricity. So these are the basic fundamental properties of the conical sections. You are aware of that. So semi-major axis and the eccentricity are the first 2 elements which defines the shape of the orbit. That means what is the shape of the orbit. Okay. So the next 2 elements are nothing but position of the plane of the orbit. So what are those elements available in the position of the plane of the orbit is nothing but the inclination and the right ascension of the ascending node. Inclination, that means angle, how the orbital plane is subtended in the equatorial planes. So what is the angle made by the orbital plane with respect to equatorial plane? That is nothing but the inclination. So inclination and the right ascension of the ascending node. Right ascension of the ascending node. The next last 2 elements which defines the rotation of the elliptical orbit in its plane. That is nothing but argument of perigee and mean anomaly. Argument of perigee and mean anomaly. So argument of perigee and mean anomaly. So these are the 2 last elements which defines the what is the orientation, what is the rotation of the elliptical orbit in the orbits. Okay. So based upon this 6 elements value, we can able to follow the satellites, what is the position of the satellite in the orbit, and able to predict and able to correct whenever it is required. When it's deviated from its reference, then the corrections will be applied so that you can bring back the satellite in its original positions. So based upon these 6 elements, we can able to predict what is the current position of the satellite in the orbits. And second thing is I want to inform is orbit control, related to orbit control. So in the orbit control, the most important thing you must aware of this station keeping process. So what do you mean by station keeping? So station keeping is nothing but that is a position update of the satellite in the orbits, position updation of the satellites in the orbits with respect to time, position update of the satellite in the orbits with respect to time. That is nothing but station keeping. So you people are aware of that. The satellites are experiencing lot of unwanted disturbances while orbiting. So for example, third body perturbations, drag force, solar radiations, those kind of force acting on the satellites externally, so that the satellites are get disturbed and deviated from its original path. Okay. So in order to avoid such kind of disturbances, or otherwise you can say what is the remedy action should be taken if it is happened. So all those things collectively we can say that the term is nothing but a station keeping process. So from the station keeping process, we can able to design how to maintain the satellite in a predefined box. The predefined box is nothing but what is the current position of the satellite with respect to time. It is nothing but what is the elements value. Already we discussed now, that is what is the 6 orbital elements value. So that is ultimately we are going to concentrate in that area only. So station keeping is nothing but what is the maintenance of the satellite in the predefined box in the orbits. Okay. So that is called station keeping. So for that only we are going for orbit controller design, all those things, how to do the controller design. Suppose if deviations occurs in the satellite due to the external forces, okay, all those things will happen based upon the station keeping process only. So next thing is orbit propagations. So orbit propagations are nothing but orbit propagation is nothing but you are going to propagate the orbiter. That means future points prediction of the or otherwise you can say that what is the position of the satellite in the future. That is, what is the current position of the satellite in the particular time, that will be predicted t plus 1, t plus 10, t plus 100 seconds. So that is nothing but orbit propagation. So how you are going to estimate the satellite position in a updated version, future points. So if you are aware of that, what is the current position of the satellite, based upon that knowledge, we are going to project at what is the next position of the satellite and what is the next position in a particular time, particular instant of time. So that is nothing but orbit propagation. That is, you are going to propagate the position of the satellite in the orbit. So for that you need what is the elevation, what is the azimuth, what is the visibility, of the satellite, what is the communication types. So all the these kind of parameters must be needed in order to do this kind of orbit propagation activities. And lastly, satellite ephemeris. So satellite ephemeris are nothing but this satellite ephemeris defines the various data associated with the life status of the satellite. So this satellite ephemeris is collected through the GPS sensor, nothing but TTC data only. So through the GPS sensor we can able to collect it, and if you are decoding the sensor data, it will provide what is the health status of the satellite. That is nothing but what is the altitude, what is the power level, what is the current level, where it is located, position levels, attitude properties, everything is going to be decoded from that data only. So that is nothing but satellite ephemeris. So with that I will conclude the session. Thank you one and all.